Thanks, Ravi. Thanks for making it clear that it's a journey. It takes time. And also don't look at the disruption created by COVID, but look on the positive side. Dr. Nikhil, I was keeping you in reserve for the end because you represent an important cog in the wheel for us here. Do you believe all the things said by the remaining three gentlemen are actually true? Do you see that you agree with Ravi that he is genuinely helping creating the ecosystem, and Mr. Moneybags is giving you the money when you deserve it, and the corporates are giving you ample importance to play a role in creation of that holistic ecosystem? Or what is your viewpoint on you being a disruptor or a me to copy? I wanted to be an instigative one, so I'm genuinely trying to instigate you, Nikhil, here.
Thanks, Murali, for the instigation. Appreciate. I sort of agree with everyone. And I think there is no right or wrong ever to a question like this. So we can only at best agree or disagree. So the way I look at the three aspects which you mentioned are corporates sort of supporting you, are VCs supportive enough for new ideas which are not me too, and the entire startup ecosystem, how is it evolving? So I am an eternal optimist. So I got to be, otherwise I'll die, because I got to stare in the face of uncertainty so much that that I won't be able to take it if I'm not an eternal optimist. So I am by design that one person. So I strongly agree with, let me start with Ravi first, that it is a journey that we are at and we are seeing the difference. Like I personally, because when we started in 2015, we are not a West copy idea, because West co-living has started catching up in 2019-20. So 19 is where co-living started becoming more in West. China had co-living, which was 2-3 years earlier started than India, but at that point of time, it wasn't Chinese ideas which were really popular. It was West sort of, which was popular. And today again, China has fallen out of our grace. So China was never a very popular entity for India. In that sense, we struggled, yes, because we didn't have what am I. Like generally in your early stage, you tend to say I'm Uber of this, or I'm that of that, and I'm that of that, because you don't get too much time with your potential investors to go and explain for 1 hour, 2 hour every idea. And you can understand, right? That guy has 500 proposals to evaluate every month. He can't spend 2 hours with everyone. He needs a short way of understanding what really are you and what are you doing. So we did struggle in the early phase of life. Actually, my Series A took almost 14 months. 14 months of daily rejection is something that makes you, it's like they say, right? Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But that's understandable. Like I personally don't feel that there's anything wrong about it, because the ecosystem is evolving. I mean, VC in the end is an investor, is a job, but the person is also learning, right? Everybody learns through the process. An entrepreneur learns through the process. And if an entrepreneur cannot appreciate that about somebody else, there is something off. Because everybody learns through the process. Our ecosystem just started like 10, 12, 14 years back, and people are learning through the process that, copy West idea, or don't copy West idea, it's not a good idea. Copy this idea, no, it's not a good idea. Let's do that, or let's do that. And just because somebody is an investor, one cannot assume them to know everything to begin with. So that piece, I think I personally believe that our venture ecosystem has been actually quite aggressive in betting large, taking large bets. And yes, there have been struggles by entrepreneurs, and that's part of life where there aren't. I mean, everything is a struggle. And it is evolving. It is certainly evolving. Now we are coming to fundamentally India businesses. You can see the recent evolution of Khata book. We were able to do something good in last 2-3 years. Like we are a hardcore for India, by India problem statement. So we were able to do something good. So there is a change in the mindset that is happening in that sense as well. And Umesh said about corporates partnering. I think corporates have actually become very open to startups and partnering with them. Like we are now launching special housing partner programs with corporates. Like 5 years back, for us to go to a corporate and say, okay, like, let us become your housing partner, or any sort of discussion was much, much tougher than it is today. Corporates acknowledge that it's okay to take a chance on somebody, because maybe that somebody can be really big someday, or it can change the way value is added to the corporate itself. And that acknowledgement itself has triggered a window. And that's all as an entrepreneur you need. Just get me in there and I will make it happen. So
Absolutely.
so once you get that window out, and that windows are coming. Earlier, those windows were tougher to get. I won't say like every corporate, because that's also would be making a too far a bigger generalization. But a big proportion of corporates are open. They will give you a chance. They will give you a shot. Now, if you can convert it, you can convert it. If you can't, that's your luck or your skill. But the shots are sort of getting more and more obvious or easier compared to what it was a couple of years back. So I believe that we are in for a very, very big ride going from here. And like Ravi said, COVID is an opportunity possibly for a lot of us. It is indeed. But yeah, there is pain also. I just pray that government does not keep doing this wish away corona via lockdown. We can delay it, we can wish it away, but unless we really find sustainable solutions, because uncertainty is the biggest enemy of any business, whether it's corporate or a startup. It doesn't matter. You can't invest your capital, you can't take your decisions, you don't even know whether I need people, I don't need people. So I just pray that government stops doing this random uncertain action taking and tell us that, look guys, we are going to screw you for this long, and that's okay. Just tell us what you're going to do, and that's fine, we'll live with it. But just tell us what you're going to do. I mean, we were preparing for 2 months for a big demand surge, and when the time came, the government said, oops, there's a lockdown. And just don't do this with us, that's all.